Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and the Degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host John. Today we wrap up our Valentine's week with Stars Born, the most recent Stars Born at least. Yeah, we had
Most
on...
recent Stars Born.
Yeah.
Is this like a remake?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Like there's been multiple. There's one with Barbara Streisand. I forgot who the original had. But like yeah, I know the 70s ones with Barbara Streisand. And now it's the 2018 version is directed and starring Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and I would say it's pretty great. But for our Valentine's Day week, it's a pretty bittersweet movie to end on, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I was a little surprised you chose this for Valentine's Day. Because I'm like, okay, look, I know we're kind of filming ahead here. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch Sonic 3 after watching this fucking movie. You're not gonna lie, I didn't have the power to watch Sonic 3 after watching this shit. So I'm just like, can I just mourn for a bit?
Well, this is Bradley Cooper's first movie, or directing a first movie ever.
Not gonna lie, I'm sorry, it's not picking up my clapping, but hats off to you, Bradley. Like, it's fucking good.
Yeah.
I did not watch this movie when it came out. I did not watch this movie before this review, and now I watched it, and I'm just like, damn, I wish I watched it in theaters.
Yeah, I got to catch it in theaters back in the day because I'm like, I want to see Bradley Cooper direct. And like, he didn't disappoint. He also wrote some of it, if I'm not mistaken. It also shows how much of a great actress Lady Gaga can be. I'm like, I did not know that you had this in you. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for your like latest release, which was Joker Folie à Deux. Was not great. But
yeah.
This one, you got this one.
Yeah.
I think this one like was nominated or won an Oscar.
Yeah, was nominated. I think she was nominated as well, and you can see why. Like you all knew she can sing, but like acting wise, I'm like, I don't know how well you'll do. And like acting and singing wise, you're like, oh, I am blown away by this. Jesus Christ.
They did such a good job with this movie. Like, first 30 seconds alone, you just see Bradley absolutely ripping it. I'm like, I didn't know what I was getting into. I'm not a really big fan of country songs unless it's by Post Malone, but like, yes, Post Malone does country now.
It's about to say the most country musician ever, Post Malone. You couldn't name anyone else.
It's good. Trust me, it's good.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, same here. The first time I heard this in the theater, I was like, I did not know you could sing like this. Oh my, I did not know you sang. Period. Like him as Jackson Maine, it's pretty great. Like he's pretty believable as this guy who has obviously has some issues in his life, within his life, and is trying to get by with alcohol and drugs. And you're like, at the beginning, I was like, I don't think this will end pretty well, but let's see how it goes.
Dude, it gave me so much hope. Yeah, so like he just finishes the show, he drives off, and he's like, get me to the nearest bar, and he happens to run into a drag bar where he meets up with Lady Gaga as she performs, and that's where they first meet. And like they pretty much have like this whole kind of connection throughout the night.
Yeah.
And he finds out that she's an amazing singer, even more an amazing like songwriter. And like the song "Shallow" is still stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Like I liked it before I even watched this movie. I was like, oh, this is a pretty good song, and like I didn't know it was from the movie.
Yeah, one of the top 2 songs that came out of 2018, aside from Sunflower. Like it's either this or Sunflower that was stuck in my head for most of 2018. I'm just like, I'm not even mad it's stuck in my head. I like these songs.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
Yeah, and like as her fame grows, like you see, like what you usually know what a superstar's life is in the music industry.
Dude, I was waiting for her to crash. You know?
Right?
Like I didn't know what's happening, so I was like, oh, is she gonna like fall under the same trajectory of like any other superstar?
Yeah.
Like they start getting into like alcohol and drugs. Nah, it averted my expectations. Thank God.
Yeah. Like,
but so she would like ride with with like Bradley Cooper's character more ways than one. Uh, sorry. And she would go to concerts. They would do duets from time to time, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice, you know. She's like the girlfriend until he gives her like a chance,
Yeah.
to like show everybody, and then she gets like a manager who's an absolute sleazeball. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Here it is. There it is.
Yeah. At first she starts fighting the system, but eventually she's like, if I want fame or like if I want success, I have to play ball. Well, meanwhile, Jackson is just like slowly hurtling down. Like you get hints of what happened in his life when he confronts Sam Elliott, and he's like, I can't believe you sold Dad's ranch, and Sam's just like, why? What did Dad ever do for you? All you ever were to him was his drinking buddy. And like that's when the rift starts, and you're like, I have a bad feeling about this man.
Yeah, I was like, the amount of lore that they did not, like the amount of exposition. Sorry, I meant to say, the amount of exposition that was kind of left out.
Yeah.
Was kind of just like whirling in my head the entire movie. It was just like, so what happened to him? You know, like you never knew.
Yeah.
Until you reach the end.
Yeah.
Or near the end. But like they don't reveal a lot. And you feel a little lost, kind of the same way Lady Gaga is.
Yeah. Like you don't really see how bad it is. Like you get the sense of how bad his addiction is when like they're like in the hotel room and she's like, wait right here. She prepares and she comes out and he's like passed out, sleeping, and you're like, oh wow. And then like the next time he does
and
that,
Sam Elliott has to like, you know, put him in bed.
the next time that happens, she's looking for him everywhere, and he's just passed out in front of Dave Chappelle's house. And you're like, oh, damn, you need help.
That was later on. That was later on.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. I got a little bit scared for Lady Gaga. I was like, cause again, her character is so sweet and she's very nice. Sure, she could punch the cop in the face, but like she's such a loving partner. I was like, God, hope the industry doesn't destroy you.
Yeah.
Kind of did, but like,
Yeah,
not the way we thought.
Yeah, you fear she might end up like poor Jackson, and you're like, I hope not. I hope both of them can rise out of the situation. And like, I do love the scene when he proposes in Dave Chappelle's house. You're like, I think it's like one of the last like genuinely like sweet moments where you're like, wow, I really think this might end in a great way for this couple. And you're like, it sets you up for the eventual fall where you're like, oh boy, was I wrong about everything?
Yeah, not gonna lie, I was like, this is not as bad as like some other like superstar story. Kind of, like it ain't like no Freddie Mercury storyline where it's just like absolute rock bottom. You know, they're doing horrible shit. Here, he's just like, he has an addiction, but he never cheated on his wife.
Yeah.
Him and her are like good.
Yeah.
She's very supportive.
That's why when they have that argument scene in the bathroom, I was like, what the fuck are you saying, Jackson? Stop speaking, please.
Like he's saying like you're ugly. I was like, no, don't break this girl's heart, bro. don't do this to me right now.
Right? I'm like, but she's so sweet. Why would you do that? Why would you say that?
The amount of chemistry Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper had in this movie.
Like, it's unreal.
It's fucking unreal. Like, I heard the hype. I heard like people saying The Stars Born is like written like godlike writing. And I was like, when it came to godlike acting when it came to like the chemistry between those two characters. But I was just like, I believed the entire way. I was like, no, they're a married couple. They are very in love.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper are actually a thing in real life.
Yeah. Those are rumors. Not gonna say that they were real.
Yeah, those are rumors. And like,
I don't know. I completely forgot about the news.
Yeah.
Correct us if we're wrong in the comments.
Hey, their chemistry on screen and off screen, and you're like, you really are blurring their lines of reality, mate. Like, good on you for keeping that, like, blurring it so well that people were like, I don't know what's real, and then ultimately being like, nope, this is reality, and you're like, oh, okay, that's over.
Yeah, but anyway, like, you do see her like going into like the industry. She has backup dancers now instead of like how she was before, where she would just like sing from the heart.
Yeah.
She goes to like tours, and then she wins like what do you call it? A Tony?
The Tony's for
Grammy.
Broadway.
A Grammy. Yeah, my bad.
You have me. Yeah. Like, that's when Jackson's at his absolute bottom, Like you see him perform like with drugs and alcohol, and like the night before or like minutes before she goes on stage, he's performing, and you're like, yeah, he's out of it, man.
Yeah, well, not. Well, he was supposed to be clean. Like he was clean for a bit, and then
Yeah,
they kind of showed him his mortality as a star.
yeah,
Like while his girl's like on the rise, he's at a dip
yeah,
where they're like, "Hey, yeah, you were supposed to perform, but we got some kid to do it.
yeah,
But would you play the guitar for us?" And that kind of destroys him. So he kind of just like, you know what? I'll be right back. Does a line of coke, just drinks his problems away, and then goes on stage, and he's just absolutely fucked.
yeah. He's more
Plays
fucked.
like plays like a god though, but like
Yeah.
he's fucked.
Absolutely fucked when they go on stage and he pisses himself and collapses, and you're like, how the fuck will this thing end?
I could not stand that scene. Like they finally announced that like, hey, his Lady Gaga's character won the Emmy, or sorry, the Grammy,
Yeah,
and she's just thanking everybody, and you just see Bradley Cooper just making an absolute fool out of himself,
yeah,
and then he pisses himself. Again, I would have thought like, you know, this is the point where she would like straight up break up with him.
yeah,
You know, like this is where they part ways, but now she sticks to him to the end. I'm
Yeah.
like, girl,
right,
you are strong.
yeah,
You are very strong. This was supposed to be your day, and he took it away. Yet you still forgive him. I'm like,
yeah. So,
man,
that's why it's so painful to watch him like apologize to her in rehab. You're just like, oh man, that's still real. Yeah,
yeah, that shit was too real. Like, yeah, he goes to rehab. We see him go through the emotion, and then he finally like meets up with what's her name, Allie.
yeah, Ali.
Allie, and then when he dude, I fucking cried. I fucking was crying out like when he was like
Yeah,
and like he was so afraid of her dad. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
the dialogue, the writing,
Yeah.
the acting.
I like rewatching this, the scene with him and Sam Elliott in the truck where he's like, "It wasn't that, that was my idol, it was you," and I'm just like, oh god, why must you hurt me? And you just see his brother's face. I'm like, oh god, can you stop making me
Yeah.
feel things?
He's like backing up, but he has tears in his eyes. I'm like, I hate seeing the manliest men cry
Yeah.
because it makes me cry.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never seen such an emotional background in my life, but Jesus Christ, Sam Elliott. And like you
Yeah.
think he were like, I really don't know how this movie will end, and then she tells him all of her plans and she wants to bring him along, but her manager's like, you basically derailed her career. You're an embarrassment, and once she eventually takes off, she'll just forget about you. Like you're just not even her radar. And I'm like, why the fuck are you saying this, you idiot?
Yeah, and like, yeah, sure, she might not be saying it now because she loves you, but yeah, you kind of derailed her. And I'm like, I was like, oh, you piece of shit manager.
Yeah,
You know? I was like, you fucking son of a bitch.
right.
And yeah.
And then that night he just unalives himself. Just like, I was like, oh man, Jesus Christ.
I was not prepared. I really wasn't. I really thought like he'll push through and like go to the concert
Yeah,
and like kind of just accept that he's not famous anymore
yeah,
and it's her time. I guess he kind of did it, but
yeah,
and it kind of like circled back to that conversation he had with his therapist
yeah,
or guide or like his counselor, where he was talking about how him and his father used to drink, and he was just 13, and then he attempted
yeah,
to unalive himself back in the day, but the ceiling fan broke.
yeah.
And they just laughed it off.
Yeah, his dad was more concerned about the fan than him, and you're like, damn, that's rough.
Yeah, so clearly this guy has a lot of problems that we have zero knowledge about.
Yeah, like the last few minutes of the movie just break everybody's heart. You're just like, wow, this is painful to watch. Forgot how painful to watch it was.
It was. I was just like, oh fuck, he committed, and I hate it.
Yeah,
I was just like, god damn it. And then she sings the song that they both wrote together, and I love it that the song ends
with him.
with him. Like she performs it in front of like in front of thousands of people, but when the song ends, it's just them two, and I'm just like, I legit was just like, I was just like sniffling at the side of my like I was like, oh fuck me.
I remember in the theater, like there was no noise when it was just him, just quiet and no occasionally like. I'm like, yeah.
Dude, same here. I was like, this movie fucking broke me.
Yeah, like
Fucking broke me.
I'm really surprised it didn't win anything. I forgot what else was nominated that year, but I'm like surprised this didn't win Bradley or at least Lady Gaga anything.
Yeah.
Or the song any nomination for like best original song. I might be mistaken, but like if I'm mistaken, I can look it up.
guess it might not be an original song because there was movies before it.
That's true, but I don't know if Shallow was its first, the first time they sung it. I don't know
Really?
if Shadow was. I don't remember the other Stars Borns, so I have to go back and do some research on that. But like, yeah, it's a very bittersweet end to a very incredibly moving movie, and you're like, damn, I don't know if I can watch it often, but like it's pretty powerful to watch.
I would still say that this is a really good Valentine's Day movie. Just be prepared to cry. Like, but the chemistry between Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, like this is the type of like love you would like should expect, kind of deal. Like, again, this lady was supportive all throughout, and this guy loved her all throughout. And I'm just like, sadly, circumstances. They didn't have a happy ending.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, every guy would love to have that.
Yeah, like I would say this week we've hit the major spectrums of like with like Breakfast at Tiffany's, it's like classical, with Twilight it's like for like the young adults, and here it's just real, like just too real. You're just like, damn,
Yeah.
we hit all the major spectrums for this Valentine's Day week. Maybe next year we can do like mostly like bad stuff. Like we haven't finished our 50 Shades trilogy yet, so who knows what will happen then. But yeah, till then.
Making me do Twilight, and now you're making me do 50 Shades. Thankfully, I enjoy Twilight.
Well, yeah, what would you rate A Star Is Born 2018?
Trying to find faults in it. I really am.
Yeah, I can't think of any, to be honest.
I can't think of any. Like, like, I feel like a horrible person for not giving it a 10 out of 10. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Like, I love this movie. Probably one of my favorites now.
Yeah.
And I would gladly watch it with my girl. I'll just prepare like the tissues kind of deal. The songs are amazing. Again, The Shallow's fucking great. And I'm like, I was playing it before we even called. I was like, yep, this sounds good. Bradley Cooper, fucking amazing job. I don't know if he did the writing, but he did do the directing, and he starred in it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he got like a singing coach, but I didn't know the man can sing like that.
Yeah.
He did have that like country grovel. He's like, I was like, all right, you're inaudible, but like, all right, buddy, I believe you.
Like between him and Sam Elliott, I'm just like, I don't understand a single word. I need better subtitles for this.
Dude, not gonna. Well, I mean, I've heard Sam Elliott sing because he has like some songs, but like, I wish he sang here. Like I wish there was a part where the brother took his place to let him shine a bit.
Yeah.
Because they did say that he took his like voice.
Yeah, and you're like, what does that mean? Can you sing? Nope. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't. But for sure, Sam Elliott would have had an angelic, deep voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Lady Gaga was also great, by the way. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Yeah, same. 10 out of 10. Like, I really can't. I like it, dissecting this movie. It's like, I really can't find anything I don't like. Like, this from the supporting cast, from like Anthony Ramos to Dave Chappelle to like the main stars of Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. They're just like 10 out of 10. Like, Sam Elliott's like drive back is just like 20 out of 10 in terms of emotion.
Like, the man had the screen time of 5 minutes and he used it well.
Yeah. It's like, why are your eyes so painful to look at? Jesus, stop. Please, movie. But yeah, incredible story, incredible acting, incredible singing from both the main stars, and like, I think this is a good way to end our Valentine's Day lineup for this year at least. But yeah, to the audience watching, what's your favorite Lady Gaga song? Why not? I really like Just Dance.
Alright, alright.
How about you? Do you have any favorite?
I'm trying to think. What's Bad Romance is pretty good. That's, again, the memes just made it for me.
Yeah. Apparently she's coming back this year with like going back to her original like mix of like weird and Lady Gaga vibes.
Oh, do it.
Yeah.
That's the CEO of Kodak.
Yeah.
You know, Polaroid.
Yeah, she can do whatever she wants. She's a megastar at this point. But yeah, if you like what you hear, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see our best and funniest moments. Spotify to hear us on the go. And the video I'm Zoda's voices on TikTok and Wolf on Letterboxd. How about you?
You can find me at JohnGeom__ on Instagram. That is my account.
And until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.